can't hear the audio. Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Hello, hello. I think we should be okay. Hopefully it works now. If not, I just got to do a whole ramble all over again. But yeah, welcome, welcome. Okay, so it does work now. All right. I'll ramble one more time and we'll get started. It's okay. Sometimes we have technological issues. Got my doggo in the back stretching around, making a cameo. So once again, this guy is a Haro Gundam. It's called Side F. It's a limited edition from Fukuoka. So it's pretty cool. I had the honor to go to Japan last month, and I'm a big Gundam guy. It's one of my favorite like anime series. I feel like it's like done very well. Talks about like a lot of like hard issues in a very like thoughtful, artistic way, and it talks about a lot of hard themes too. So let's try this again. I'm gonna share my screen again, so you guys can have an idea where I got it from. It's from one of these cool places called Lollaport, and has this place called Gundam Side F, which is like they have a cool limited edition stuff that are Gundam, and you see all these different images, which are pretty cool. And you see like this large Gundam structure. I believe the name of it is the RX-93, and it's about 5 stories long, 5 to 6 stories, something like that. Really cool spot. Really cool that I was able to get cool little nifty collectible thing there. So it's pretty exciting. So that's what we're gonna build today. And we're just gonna be talking about like movie recommendations. Thank you guys so much for your time. Don't forget no worries, Ryder, do your thing. Take it easy, man. It's part of life, dude. Sometimes you gotta do some things. So we got some ASMR right here. My dog probably thinks it's a treat, but sorry, pup. It's Gunpla. So let's take this out. Hopefully that wasn't too harsh on the mic, or maybe you guys were into it. Okay, here we go. So now we got the different pieces. And what's really cool about Gundam is that you don't need glue. It's like a really nifty selling point. And then what's other really cool too is that the instructions are on the box. So hold on, let me see if I can get a better zoom in with this camera. Kind of have an idea, right? So you can like zoom in and check it out and whatnot. So there you go. There's that. And we got all those things going on. Thank you guys for taking the time to check this out. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. As we're trying to build this, we're going to talk about some like movie recommendations. Do you guys have any movie recommendations? Let me see. Let's go ahead and put a banner. Got some Spanish ones from Brandy. That's funny. So, movie recommendations. That's kind of the theme of today. And yeah, thank you guys for coming by. Bienvenidos. Thank you. Bienvenue. And that's the theme. We're going to be talking movie recommendations. So that's the theme. Thank you guys for doing your thing and whatnot and hanging out. And just give me another second. Appreciate your patience. Thank you for spending your time with me. And you could be anywhere, but you're hanging out with me. And so thank you. All right. So let's see what we got going on. So A1. So first we got to establish what the pieces are. So we got A1. Yeah. Feel free to, share this video and do your thing, man. And just spread the good word. This channel is here for you, and we just kind of have interesting little conversations. Okay, okay. Here we go. So A1 is this side. Okay, so we're going A1 first, and we'll see how long we take. Plan to probably do this maybe for like an hour or so, but let's see. All right, let's make that Haro. So A113. So first I got to take those out, but before I click anything, I should have my handy dandy plastic nipper. Plastic nippers aren't like always super necessary, but they help. It gives you like a little break when you're doing stuff. Because basically, like if I'm doing this and you're like, what the heck is he doing, right? Like this might be like completely throwing you off. Like, what am I building, right? It's in some ways, it's kind of like a small, kind of like a model car or a model plane, but this is more different kinds of like tools or equipments. In this case, Haro, once again, is like a little companion from Gundam. Really cute guy. Clearly, like, honestly, like, in my opinion, I think it's pretty obvious that, like, J.J. Abrams or whoever was part of the screenplay is a Gundam fan because there's like so many parallels, even within Andor or even within like the various things in the newer iterations of the Star Wars universe, even in the way that, like Yoshibito Osaka. Maybe I'm making big claims, maybe I'm assuming conflict and all these things influence each other and whatnot. But yeah, it's complex and multi-layered. And Haro is actually pretty cool. Haro actually is an acronym, which is pretty cool. Yeah, Haro actually stands for heuristic. Heuristic is like a word that basically means like to solve a problem. So he's like a problem solver. So it's heuristic. Sorry, I'm like also typing it out. Heuristic advanced reasoning observer. So yeah, it's cool. It's like it's not only his name, but it's like kind of explains like the purpose. Yeah, it's a smart system and whatnot. So here we are. So just telling you what Haro stands for. I guess I posted twice. My apologies. Thank you guys, and thanks for hanging out with me. If you guys are on IG, and thanks for hanging out with me, wherever you guys are. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So here we are. So just gonna do some multitasking here. Uh-oh, pup. All right, I'll let you out, but if I let you out, you can't come back in. What do you think? What do you think? Nah, pup. We're gonna let you hang out here for another little bit. I know. It's not lunch. It's not dinner time. I promise. Okay. So we got A1. Ah, that makes sense. We're doing yellow on yellow. Okay. Let's get that banner going again. Hmm. So yeah, we're talking about movie recommendations. It's okay, pup. You're okay. Hopefully you guys can't hear the whining in the background, but it's around that time for the pups, you know? So what's up, pup? What happened? What happened? It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, it's almost in our time zone, you know? But the T-Pain song is 5 o'clock in the morning. Conversation got boring. I know, pup. Just give it a little bit. So A1 and A2, so they don't connect to each other. And this bigger piece connects to A2, but I need to figure out what that little thing is. Give me a second, pup. I'll let you out. Stop whining. I'll let you out. I promise. Okay? Yeah? Okay. 1 second, guys. All right. Let's see. All right. There's that piece again, but I need to figure out where this piece is. Stickers? Oh, that's cool. It has stickers too. Common parts. A13, A1, A2. turn the parts. Okay. A14. So now I'm looking for A14. That's 11, 12. Okay. So it looks like we're kind of focusing on his face first. So I got to get these two pieces out. That's what I'm going to do right now. Sure. Oh, good audio. No, absolutely. Yeah. I have one of the best producers in the game for sure. Yeah, my producer's pretty snazzy. They know how to work in a pinch and they work against all odds. And just like in film, a good producer is very important, even for what we do here at AZ Ray Videos. So we got some momentum going, some movie recommendations, right? So some romance movie recommendations. Some of them I've done on this channel, some of it I haven't talked about on the channel. But dude, ooh, smooth, really smooth. Dude. Portrait of a Lady on Fire, amazing French film. It grips you, it pulls you away almost immediately. Does a really good job of depicting a love story. I did a short video on it, and it's pretty awesome, guys. Definitely check out Portrait of a Lady on Fire if you can. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely a modern masterpiece. It's pretty up there. It's really good. Another film recommendation on the romance side is like Princess Bride. Princess Bride is a great film. Absolutely. Love and Basketball is a good film, and I'm happy that the director is getting more shine nowadays because of new projects like Woman King and whatnot. Say Anything, Say Anything, probably like the best romance film of the 80s, like without a doubt. So yeah, once again, my romance recommendations are Portrait of a Lady on Fire, Princess Bride, and Say Anything. So those are my romance suggestions. Do you guys have any romance suggestions? What do you guys think? You guys let me know. Yeah, let me know. So here we go. So now this is the interesting part. So I need so the A1 part. Okay, now I have to find like the combination. Okay. So it has to be something like this, but wait, was I too impulsive? Yeah, it looks like I was. So it looks like I just need A4. And this is the other one's A219. Okay. Appreciate your patience, guys. We're just exploring and doing some building together. Oh, I see. Okay. We're getting there, guys. All right. You don't have to use this. I'm just trying to give myself a kind of a clean break, you know? Remember when I said that I don't give myself a clean break, you know? Life be funny sometimes. Thank you guys for taking the time to hang out. Hopefully you guys have some fun plans for the holidays. So now we're going to transition into our next section. The next section I put here is like horror and suspense. So I'm going to go here. Okay. Yeah, horror and suspense. Do you guys have any favorite horror suspense films? You guys let me know. Oh, so then I connect this right here. That makes sense. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to connect these two right here. So it looks like these connect together. It's going to help give this little guy, the Haro, a little smile. And it's pretty snug. It's not coming off. So we're getting there. Baby steps. Now we got to match out these other pieces, the ones that link in. It looks like we need to put our A1. And now I have to. Oh, did my other piece fall? Oh, no, it's over here. So now it's a matter of remembering which one's A1. Let's see. Well, I guess in some aspect it's the one that fits, right? So interesting. So does that mean these are A1? These probably fit a little better. Yep. So it's kind of fit. It's a little loose. Oh, am I supposed to? There it is. You gotta click it right. Oh, interesting. But why doesn't it hold in place? So this is the part I'm trying to like click in, but am I missing another piece? A8? Appears I might be before I can fully connect this. Let me just double check. I'm going to review the pieces here. Oh, favorite romance, Wedding Singer. Yeah, that's a good choice. Wedding Singer is arguably one of Adam Sandler's better romantic comedies. Because, yeah, it's I definitely grew up with Adam Sandler. I do appreciate his films, but I'm not sure what's happened to like the heart or the intent to like make the films, because it definitely seems like his older films, and not saying that older is always better, but definitely when it comes to his particular case, it's just some of his newer films just kind of don't have that heart that the older films do. Like they have some kind of moments and they have kind of cheap kind of structure, but it kind of seems like they're just like cash grabs. It seems like he's just trying to use his name, make a movie, inexpensive because he has like a lucrative deal with Netflix, and it's like whatever. I don't know. Like the effort doesn't feel there, and like you can tell when there's a lot of movies that have moments, but then just the plot line is like lazy. So, but maybe I'm speaking out of turn, and maybe Adam Sandler has like a very coercive contract, and it's like only you to understand or something. Who knows? Oh yeah. See what happened here. I clicked A8. So kind of hard to see, but I'm still on the first section right here. So I'm trying to click a little piece in. But yeah, thank you guys for participating. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share this video. We're just having a little conversation. Nothing too crazy. Okay. So it seems like I need to take this part off. But I don't know, this doesn't look like A8. Like, let me try this again. A18? Did I get the wrong 8? Interesting. I did. Dun, 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 dun. Meow. Yeah, the instructions are in black and white, but it's okay. I have to remember that this one that I'm clicking now is my A2. A1 and the other one's A2, so I got to do a little bit of better job. What's your take on Netflix Warner Brothers theaters merger? Oh, that's a very good and relevant question. Thank you for your question, Frijolito Tomijito. Cool name. I'm a fan of both things, dude. Um, it's scary. You can see the merger in a couple different ways. but it definitely seems like a bad thing. It seems like more and more and more we're leaning towards monopolies and monosponies, and like, is it really the best move? Is that really the best way to do things? Is that the most productive way to have a successful future? To merge everything together? It's like, I don't think so. Because if you actually analyze it and really think about the situation, it's like, what monopolies do you benefit from? And the truth is none, because monopolies in their core don't benefit the consumer, because the monopoly, the way it's created in business infrastructure and the way the various tax codes and benefits that work for all these various monopolies, the way it works is that essentially, like, a monopoly or monopsony is basically a person. And so, sorry about that little peaceful. And they're like a living organism. And so it's like, they're gonna do whatever is out for their greater good. So unfortunately, sure, it is the more merger can potentially do good things, but then it also empowers other things. And I've also heard that there's other bidders for Warner Brothers other than Netflix, like there's Paramount Plus and these other ones. And so that's me kind of maybe using a little bit more of a pessimistic angle, but excuse me. But if I analyze the situation potentially like in a more positive way, hmm, it's just struggling with this little piece. Interesting. Why does it clicks on one side, but this side? But like what I was saying about the whole monopoly thing, like the positive side about it is that in some ways, like old becomes new. That essentially, like, TV's gonna kind of become like how it used to be. Like back in the day, there was 3 channels, 4 channels, 5 channels, and then it exploded into cable. So this idea that we may potentially, as far as the US, like there's still more streaming servers outside the US, UK, other regions in Europe and whatnot. It's a little bit more diverse, but the potential that we could just be simplified back to like 5 powers, like, it's a good thing and a bad thing, and it's mostly a bad thing. And it really doesn't fix the problem. They're like all band-aid solutions. They're like short vision, when it's like, it's a it's a very lazy way to like fix a problem. It's like, hey, let's should we actually fix our organization? Should we actually do this? Should we actually do that? Or should we actually like fix our problem, right? And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't fix the problems, and it's like they make it super easy um to like make those adjustments and essentially like, hey, let's just buy other companies. It's like the whole Hungry Hippo anthology or idea, or the video game, or like, or I'm sorry, the board game. Is Hungry Hippo a board game? I think it is. I think it is a board game. But it's interesting. It's definitely not a good thing. I am not on board about it. And hopefully it doesn't go through, honestly. Like, sure, going back to the optimistic side, does it sound good to have everything automated in like one place? Sure. I'm sure it does sound appealing to consumers, because I don't want 1,000 apps. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody does. But is the solution to merge in this type of way? I would say no. I would say no. But if there was something that was beneficial, like public broadcasting, it'd be different. And that's the other thing too, because all these are more private sectors. Yes, they have some kind of like public channel component, but these are like the bigger entities, the bigger bigger media. And it's complicated because we see like these important legacy media outlets dying, like Showtime doesn't exist anymore. And now it's Paramount Plus. Showtime Boxing doesn't exist anymore. Showtime Sports kind of sort of exists, but it doesn't. I think it's like CBS Sports, and Showtime Boxing doesn't exist. And we see all those like important legacy media that's dying, and it's trying to survive, you know? And it's like, it'd be one thing if all this was happening and at the same time, like public networks, local programming was getting funding, but it's not the case. It's the classic rich getting richer. So it's not helping. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like you have organizations that are being like shunned and showcased and not getting like preferential treatment because they're not allowed to quote unquote be free because they're being policed. So it's scary. It's scary. And the fact too that the merger needs sign-offs. Why do they need sign-offs? Because it's not supposed to happen, because it's illegal. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, I gave you a long-winded answer, frijol tomahito, but short version is bad. It's not a good thing. And I can see how they're presenting it as a good thing, but it's really not. It's really scary. So for this next section, as I work on doing this thing, I will create another banner. We're going to talk about horror, like suspense recommendation. We'll throw a mystery too, because I know horror isn't for everybody, but horror actually has like a bigger range. Horror is horror mysteries, mystery horror. Yes, yes and no. It's kind of different ranges of the same genre. Thriller is also kind of there, like different versions. So now that'll be our. Here we go. That's our next topic here. We're going to talk about the merger. Okay. Oh, no, we're not. Sorry. The merger was the last question. We're going to talk about the suspense horror thing. What are some of my recommendations? And feel free to let me know if you guys have any good recommendations of suspense horror. I know it's not for everybody, but that's why I widen it up to like mystery, thriller, because they're technically various elements of horror, but horror is probably the most like extreme version of it. So let's see what we got here. Looks like we got some responses. Let's see. Thank you, brother. Make sure. I don't know if I'll be doing that, but I will be doing some interesting things. Thank you for the comment. Appreciate the fun banter. And if you mean by X's, you mean by marking treasure? Absolutely, dude. Definitely. Oh, dang. I need another little piece? Of course I do. Okay. So I need another little piece to secure these pieces. And right now, to give you a closer look, I am working on the top. So those are his eyes. That's what I'm doing. Did you know the only time Haro was being mass produced is in Gundam Seed? Oh, interesting. I actually didn't. I actually didn't. There's so much Gundam lore. I have only seen like the original series, the trilogy, which is kind of like the original series broken up in different parts. I've seen parts of Wing. I've seen parts of Flip a Gundam. And then I've seen some of the newer series like Full Blooded Orphans. And then I've seen Wish from Mercury, which I enjoyed, and then the G-Gux. I saw the G-Gux. But no, thank you so much, KLC88 or Kelsey 88. But no, I didn't know that fun fact. Thank you for the support, and thanks for hanging out. All right. Now that I think about it, I think it's fine. I think I made a mistake somewhere on the post, but it's okay. So some of my recommendations as far as like horror, mystery, suspense, thriller movies, please don't be shy in recommending. I'm gonna recommend Censor. That was such a good movie, and I talked about it on my channel. Definitely check it out. And another movie, Ugly Stepsister, came out recently. It's pretty good. Most of the videos that I do on the channel are essentially um, are arguably recommendation, with the exception if they are user recommendations or like it's just somebody wants me to talk about it. So here we go. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming through. Okay, here we go. Now I just need to work on this little piece. It's pretty cool how durable and strong this is. No, thanks again for that fact of Gundam Seed. It's pretty cool how like Gundam has like so many generations and like it's each generation has had like their own Gundam. Yeah, it's really exciting. And then like you have like the various like anniversaries coming up and how long Gundam's been around. And I'm very biased, but I think Gundam is arguably one of the better space opera properties. I don't think we can call it a interesting. I don't think we can call it sci-fi because I don't think the science is actually legit. I've heard mixed things about that. People that I know that like have different like engineering or astrophysics backgrounds. So some of it's like within its own universe, which is smart and subjective because it's like, hey, I can it's my own universe. And since the universe is vast, there's different galaxies, etc. Like I can kind of make up rules on how things work. But does it actually work? You could argue we don't really know. We don't know about that galaxy because even though it's fictional, we don't know it exists. But I don't know if I'd consider it sci-fi. But what do you guys think? You guys agree? Disagree? You guys don't know nothing on Gundam. You're probably like, what is he talking about? Yeah, it's okay. Hopefully, I'm providing some ASMR and we're seeing me build some stuff. Interesting. I wonder why it doesn't want to secure. Am I supposed to click? These go. Oh, it does. Understood. So I think it's like loose. And first, I'm supposed to like insert this part in. And then I have to over enclose it. And then me enclosing both sides, that's what's going to secure it. It's so nifty, man. All the different angles. Oh, shoot. This little piece. Oh, we got some more Gundam facts. Gundam shows can be divided into multiple timelines so far. Only. Oh, you're sure? Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Universal 10th century is like the main timeline, and there's like spin-offs within their own universe. That's true too. That's a good point. I just meant in general, like, do you consider it sci-fi? What do you think, Casey? Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. KZLC. Do you think Gundam is sci-fi? I don't know. I don't know if it's sci-fi. I feel like it's more like a space opera kind of thing. But yeah, its depiction of war is phenomenal, man. It's does a you know the reason why I like it so much is that, in my opinion, it gives such an authentic like retelling of like war and like child soldiers better than like a lot of mech like shows. Like because I feel like it doesn't always do a good job of talking about like the soldier's perspective, and sometimes like war is like very romanticized. But I feel like Gundam does a really good job. Trying to click this in. Gundam does like a really good job of like not romanticizing war. And that's like something that I really, really appreciate about that show. And not every series does a good job on it, but um at its core, it's one of the best things that it does. Yeah, I'm delighted to have another Gundam fan here, but I definitely need to do more homework. I definitely need to do more homework for sure. And it sounds like you recommend Seed, so I'll definitely check out Seed. I just stuck my okay. So your thing is in hot sauce. Okay. Interesting. Well, what could we do here? There's a couple things you could do, right? You could rinse it off, you know. Um, I would say, um, is your friend named Willie, or are we talking about what I think you're talking about? How do you make, well, you know, feelings are mental, right? They're sometimes they're manifestations and sensations, but I think you can have willpower and focus your things on other things. I wonder if ice would help. Maybe ice. Maybe ice could help you out, dude. Ice. I'm thinking like maybe some kind of dough, some flour, you know? I don't know, dude. Water. Mm, I don't know if water is the move, dude. Maybe some kind of towel and some kind of thing, but I don't know, dude. I don't know anybody named Will, so I don't know what you can do. All right, so more like a blend of sci-fi and space opera with realism. Miss Igloo Away is a good example of portraying both. Yeah, that's a good point. No, for sure. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's like elements of sci-fi, but I feel like to call something sci-fi is, you know what I mean? Like Star Trek is like crazy accurate. Um, but I'm also talking out of turn. It's just things that I've seen people research. I've heard parts of Battle Star Galactica is pretty accurate too. So it's just I don't know. I guess I'm a little bit more protective over the term. Like, but yeah, it sounds like you consider it sci-fi. So I get that. It's definitely partially sci-fi. Like it's not like fantastical for sure. Parts of it are, but generally isn't. Milk. Yeah, milk's not a yeah, you can't go wrong with milk. You know, I'm lactose intolerant, but if you feel like you can tolerate, yeah, milk's not a bad idea. Right? Cool. Now we got the top part done. Yeah. Yeah, you can make a willy shake, right? Willy shake. You got some milk, you got your things. Glad we could help you out there. So here we are. And welcome. Thanks for hanging out. If you have any questions, right now we're talking about horror, suspense, and thrillers and whatnot, and a little bit about this little Gundam guy. Big fan of Gundam and whatnot. So yeah, let's see. The next movie recommendation we can get into I have here is drama, but we can talk Gundam stuff too. Absolutely. This channel's for you guys. You can talk about anything you want. I'm gonna type in drama recommendations for like films. But while we do that, maybe you guys can give some suggestions if you have some drama films, anime, anything, any media is fine, TV shows. Even though the center of this is films, but it's okay, whatever comes to your mind. The sci-fi elements in Gundam come across the new type powers, so we call it Gundam Space Race. Yeah, yeah, new type. New type's really interesting. It is a very I've actually read some articles about this, like anthropologically. It's really interesting because, like, Godzilla talks about this kind of stuff too indirectly. But arguably, the whole new type concept is arguably an extension from various Buddhist principles, Hindu principles, spiritual principles, different forms of like aura and religion. So you could argue in some ways the whole new type concept is like your interconnectedness of yourself, your self-awareness, right? This idea that we can tap into like our maximum potential and this idea that it's like the next step of evolution because in many ways the way we've evolved have always been based on our environment. And if Gundam is set in a setting where essentially the war economy is running things, right? And there's various space colonies. It's like, all right, let's do a new types. That's the idea of new types. It's the next natural evolution because the fact that Gundams are being these mass produced, kind of cool looking spacecrafts, it seems like if that's the next step of necessary human evolution, it can adapt that way. But it's really interesting. Like when you actually represent like what's the new type metaphor, it's complex. Some people would I think it depends on how you view things, you know. I'm a fideist, I kinda separate my logic, reason, and my faith, but some people don't have faith, some people are more on they combine both. For them, faith and reason are all together and interconnected, so it kinda really depends how you see things. Because as a person that trains martial arts too, when you see different phenomenons and things like chi and stuff, it's interesting how there's like these different patterns. And I bring up Godzilla because famously in this film, I built this in a cup in an older live stream I did a few months ago, Biolante. In this film, one of the people that help communicate with it is another empath. So there's this theme of like connectiveness. And you would argue on some level, like empath kind of equals Shintoism. It's this idea of interconnectedness of like community, you know? I'm actually gonna post that comment because I think that's the kind of the meat and potatoes of what being an empath is. Kind of equals community, kind of equals Shintoism. Yeah, it's pretty interesting because Buddhism is more of philosophy and Shintoism is the actual religion. But it's interesting because there's a lot of philosophical elements in Shintoism too. Let me see. What else did you say, Kelsey 88? Gundam Unicorn serially showed the true power. Then no, absolutely. I'm not gonna spoil this. You need to watch it. Yeah, yeah. I need to watch Unicorn for sure too. Yeah. What was your first Gundam that you got into, or how did you get into Gundam? Did you get into like Gunpla first, or what's your story? And as you think of that, hey, thanks for hanging out. We're just building some little models. This is like some Gunpla Gundam stuff. We're building this little cute guy, Haro, and I dropped the lid that shows it. Here we go. This guy. It's a little limited edition thing that I got from Fukuoka. Thank you guys for checking in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Looks like we're at a 45 minutes mark. All right. Thanks for coming through, guys. But yeah, going back to your comment, yeah, definitely gotta check out Gundam Unicorn for sure. Yeah, it's interesting too. Are you okay with the whole? Are you okay with the whole new types thing? I know some people in the community have like mixed feelings about it. People will think like the whole new type thing is kind of like lazy writing, or some people are into it, some people are against it. Some people are like they're just copying Star Wars or they're just copying each other now. I don't know. I would argue that horror, without a doubt, is like ripped off through BB-8 and Star Wars. I think so. For me, Gundam series first, Gunpla later. Mm, yeah, yeah, same for me too, for sure. I watched a lot of Gundam as a kid in Spanish and didn't realize it was Gundam. And that's just kind of the generation that I grew up when I was an old fart. And I look back, I was like, oh dang, I was watching Gundam Wing. I didn't know that's what I was. I just thought the thing was cool. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You got into the series. No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Whatever. Yeah. Thank you for your time. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for your support. I'm looking here at the next steps. And have I given you drama recommendations? No, I haven't. Um, Let me see. What are some good ones? Oh, 12 Angry Men. Phenomenal film. It's one of my top five favorite films. Some uh, film archives say it's probably the best film ever made. I don't know if I go that far. It's the best film ever made, but it's definitely a masterpiece. And it's like talks about a lot of unfortunately timeless themes that keep happening today of just with the law system and a lot of different things, and like the fact that like a reasonable doubt plays a big role, and you'd be surprised how unjustful the law system is. And then 12 Angry Men's an older film too. So when's 12 Angry Men? Was it based in the 40s or 50s? Let's see. 57, 1957. So yeah, it's right before the civil rights movement. So to say the cultural benefits and the power that like you got from a film like 12 Angry Men, and of course it was in the cultural zeitgeist and whatnot. Let's see. No, but yeah, once again, thank you guys for your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm your local anthropologist, archaeologist here. Well, most of the time we end up just talking about culture, and most of the time it ends up being movies and shows, and I just kind of give you my perspective and my thought process on it. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. Just a researcher, just having fun, trying to use some of my background and expertise to kind of have conversation on culture, because culture is like this big, encompassing, complex thing that's like shared amongst communities, right? It's a very broad term. So now For the next genre we're going to talk about is action films. What are some of your guys' favorite action films, right? It also kind of depends on your taste because some people they kind of just want like a they don't care about the plot. They just want like a badass action film. And I think it just depends what you're in the mood for, right? I appreciate different levels of action films for sure. So, sometimes, but of course, my favorite action films are ones that don't feel quote unquote empty. What do I mean by that? Like if they have some kind of interesting world, some kind of intriguing to it. But there's also films that are just so freaking cool that just like yeah, like maybe it's not the best action film or maybe the best film, but the action in the film is like, oh my gosh. Like one film that comes to mind is like The Protector, with legendary like Muay Thai fighter and whatnot, and Tony Jaa. There you go, that's his name, Tony Jaa. And like those movies are fun and they're cool and they're like super like the action is very creative and it's like wow, super cool. Is the story okay? Yeah, but we've seen arguably in many ways like a better version of it, which is John Wick. And I'm a big John Wick guy. I definitely have to like rewatch them again to kind of have like a better consensus. This is all based off memory, but other than the action, it's just John Wick does a good job of like talking about like storytelling, but it also has so many deep layers to it, and the authenticity and the performance and like the choreography is just phenomenal. And it's like almost undeniable to see the fact that like without a doubt that you can tell that in many ways Keanu Reeves is a martial artist, but it probably has to do with his, his long exposure to different martial arts, especially being in different films such as like The Matrix and whatnot. But yeah, John Wick is definitely like a fun series. Definitely recommend if you haven't checked it out. It's like the action's good, but dude, there's like so many like hidden symbols that are just done well, like whether you notice it or not. And there's so many Easter eggs in it, and like just the thoughtfulness that was put behind it. It's just really great. So I definitely I'm a big John Wick guy for sure. And then the Nobody spinoff by the same director is cool. It's a little bit more of like a comedic take on the same thing. I haven't seen the new one, so the Nobody 2, so I don't know if I can recommend it, but for sure John Wick, for sure too. And yeah, it just th- like John Wick is just man, it's just so many things. Like it's not just like John Wick, you know what I mean? It really does a really good job of like paying homage to its roots. There's a like it even pays homage to like different like previous martial art films. That's like one of my favorite. Like you see, like it kind of that has clues from like Black Belt Jones, even elements of it kind of feeling like Foxy Brown. So like it does such a good job, and it's like choreography, like it's telling a story, it's authentic, but it's also paying homage to its predecessors. Kind of has like a prime Tarantino. But that's not even quite right. Uh, guess Kurosawa was kind of a stretch, but it's just the authenticity, maybe. Just authenticity, it's so strong. It's one of the reasons why I was kinda disappointed with the ballerina film. So it's a good film, like, it's fine. It's not, like, my favorite amongst the series. It's just, like, it checked all the action, but, like, it had no soul. It was, like, empty, and that's something that I noticed from it, you know? And, yeah, and I'm only bringing this tangent because it's kind of interesting how like oh cool we got the ears how like the protector is good but arguably the John Wick series is just the better version of the protector. But if I'd have to recommend you one, depending on your taste, probably recommend John Wick more. There's just more depth there. There's more depth. There's more mystery angle and just the way it talks about like, Russian Orthodoxy and different clues of like religion and bonds and cults and this like hidden concept of this idea of like this underworld and this how it plays with our imagination. It's so well done. And it actually kind of goes to show you how strong of a world building it did and how strong and how convincing the world is that they can do like an okay spin-off and it was like pretty decent. So it's actually pretty cool. Okay, so now looks like we got the ears. And now I'm looking for this other piece. Looks like it's A11. Let's see. Okay, looks like it's just like a little cover. Came off quite nice. Didn't have to use the thing here and whatnot. Thank you guys for your time. We're at the 1 hour mark. And man, action films, I could recommend a lot of action films. It's not my favorite genre. Not that I don't like action films, but it has like a little special place in my heart because like I'm a big martial arts guy, I train martial arts. So action films definitely have like a special place for me. My favorite genre would have to, without a doubt, be like a mystery. If a film has some kind of like mystery component, I'm intrigued. Yay, welcome. Yes, I am doing a Gundam. I'm doing a cute little Haro, one of the ones that I got from Gundam. So it's gonna, hold on, let me give you a better angle. There you go. It's gonna be this guy and the ears flop. It's a little Haro. Kind of looks like BB-8, but without a doubt, I think Star Wars got the idea from BB-8. So yeah. And now I'm trying to put this piece in here. Okay. It's interesting how all these like kind of have to go like in a certain order. Maybe I could have just maybe I just gave myself extra work right now. But it's okay. Cause this isn't just pieces, it's actually this one's actually pretty cool. It's functional, like the ears flap and stuff. So just want to make sure we do a good job. And just make sure we are getting a little piece right here. And yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Do you guys have some favorite action films that you guys like? You guys let me know. It is Christmas season for those that celebrate it, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, So Gundam, Lethal Weapon, right? Those are some action related Christmas movies. Hmm. Green Knight. Is Green Knight action? Yeah, it's definitely like action drama, right? Definitely recommend Green Knight. Green Knight's awesome. I'm really surprised, like, about the ratings that it got. It's like, oh man. I feel like sometimes critics be tripping. Like, dude, don't even get me started on the new Mission Impossible series. It was super bad, dude. But yeah, we're building a little Gundam, guys. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Obrigado. Yeah, we're just building a little Gundam, and now we're talking about action films. You guys have a favorite action film that you guys like? Some kind of. What are some other recommendations? 54 Chambers of Shaolin, of course, classic. I'm just trying to click this little piece in. Almost there, guys. Yeah, 24 Chambers of Shaolin is really interesting. It's arguably what created like this whole martial art hip hop genre, which is pretty cool thanks to the Wu-Tang Clan, legendary group. And that's like just some of the influence on pop culture. And it's very interesting how like these parallels come back and forth and It's kind of interesting because there was like this big like martial art and kung fu film craze, right? And people were just like really intrigued into that different genre. And it kind of reminds me with like today, today we have like this fascination and this like curiosity towards anime. And it's like one of those really like interesting things how like we have this like fascination and this curiosity towards just different cultures, which is cool. And it's really cool how like different cultures take their turn. Okay, here we go. We got his ears flapping, guys. Pretty cute, right? Pretty cute. Um, so this is what we got so far. We'll scoot this back so you guys have. It's just trying to give you some guys some kind of visual. It's interesting. Kind of has a little bit of a Mickey Mouse vibe, a little bit too, huh? Like if you flip it this way and I go like that, kind of looks like Mickey Mouse's pants or something, huh? Kind of cool. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Yeah, let me know your action recommendations. What are some action films you guys like? I am building a Gunpla here, and we got a little Haro going on. And here we are. Yeah, this is a little case, and we got his little floppy ears, or I don't know. I don't know if this guy even has pronouns, but yeah, his Haro. Pretty cool. Another action recommendation for sure, would be Yojimbo, man. Yojimbo's pretty solid. And arguably created kind of like the whole Western stereotype and the whole man from No Name. I shouldn't say he created it, but it super influential for sure. Super, super influential. All right. So looks like we got to do another. Just gonna make some quick changes, guys. Looks like we run out of time on Instagram. Thanks for hanging out. Let me just get that link up and going. Appreciate you guys. You guys excited for Christmas, holidays, things you guys celebrate? Right now, we're talking about like action films and action film recommendations. Thank you so much, Adisa Bankojo, for like the film idea and recommendation. All right, so now we got IG back up and running again. Yeah, but going back to what I was saying about Yo Jimbo's pretty awesome. Definitely has like a lot of like mystery elements to it. So here we go. Oh, you can see his eyes. We got this little guy. Boom, boom, boom. We'll give you that angle for a bit as I look into the next pieces. Yeah, Yojimbo's an amazing film directed by Akira Kurosawa. It is the bee's knees, guys. Definitely check it out if you're curious about samurai films and that kind of culture. Yojimbo is pretty cool. Sorry if you guys can hear my dog in the background. It is about to be his dinner time, so it's probably why he's being very expressive. Yeah, fluent dog knows a couple languages. I know, pretty cool. Another movie's recommendation: Wheels on Meals with Jackie Chan. The various, I believe they call themselves the Three Kings of like wushu cinema or something to that regards. It's it has its problems, but man, is it such a good action film. My goodness gracious. And it's just funny. It's just funny. It kind of gives it some like redeeming elements just because of how funny it is. So definitely Meals on Wheels for sure, or is it Wheels on Meals? Yeah, it's like said wrong. Wheels on Meals. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Definitely recommend Wheels on Meals. Arguably one of Jackie Chan's best movies. It's pretty up there. Like the fight scene with Benny the Jet Urquidez, dude. One of the most like authentic, realistic. Realistic's a little strong. It's not like super realistic because it's like Jackie Chan was never a quote unquote fighter, so it was like a reimagined variants. His stance is debatable, although you could say that in many ways, like fighters today, like MVP, Pitbull Brothers, Henry Cejudo, Lyoto Machida, Chinzo Machida, Goichi Yamauchi, various ones that kind of go do that in and out stance. It's kind of similar to Jackie Chan, but Jackie Chan has his own little spin on it with the whole marking distance. Is it realistic? Kind of sort of debatable. All right, so I'm trying to figure out where these go. Interesting. Just it. Hmm. So I'm just looking at this piece right here, and it looks like I'm working on like the bottom part of this. So I'm trying to figure that out. But yeah, Meals on Wheels, definitely check it out. And then we have Foxy Brown. It's interesting. It's powerful. There's a lot of elements to it. There's a reason why it's like so adamant in pop culture, whether it's the name Foxy, whether the name Brown, or the fusion of it of like Foxy Cleopatra, played by Beyonce, and like the Gold Member spinoff. It has like a lot of cultural powers, and you have like Foxy Brown, who is a rapper as well. You have Cleopatra Brown and all these like important things, and it's just really important that like the various like exploitation films will have their roots in like Pulp Fictions and the little like dime magazines from the 1900s. And it's cool that there was just this era of like small budget kind of like punk rock, um, just voices for people of color. Although the people of color weren't always directing, but there were just kind of these stories. And in many ways, the reason why I think Foxy Brown is a strong recommendation is because although maybe the verbiage wasn't articulated in that way, but it highlights hostile architecture. I talk about hostile architecture all the time, and it talks about, how the ghetto plays all its different roles on people and how people are used and misused and abused, unfortunately. So it's just one of those different aspects. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to connect this. I'm definitely a little confused, but it's okay, guys. We're working through it. Huh. Does that click into it this way? Kind of wants to, but it's a little okay. But yeah, Foxy Brown, definitely check it out. So far recommended 54 Chambers of Shaolin, awesome action movie. Yojimbo, Wheels on Meals, Foxy Brown, super cool. Black Belt Jones, that's an actually a very fun film. Talks about like hostile architecture in like a very interesting way. And just yeah, man, how your environment can affect you in the ghetto. And even if you try to like be Brazilian and you try to push out, there's like this like Foucault like pressure that like makes you feel like you're powerless, but you're not powerless. Does it make things harder? Definitely. Is it annoying? Absolutely. But it's very, very doable. So yeah, that's what we got so far. This little horror guy that we're building from scratch or Rome, kind of scratch. Now I'm trying to connect the bottom, trying to figure this out and whatnot. I guess this is me kind of making like a model plane or something. I don't know, or model cars. Trying to think if I ever did model cars like as a kid. I know my brothers did. But I'm trying to think if I was involved in that process. Okay, so hopefully I got the right piece. No, I got the right pieces. So it's just the way these connect. It's kind of throwing me off. So it's something like, oh, I think I just figured out. Oh, right. Subconscious. No, something like this. Trying to figure this out. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Happy holidays. Thank you guys so much for your time. Hitting the hour mark, and we'll see how we do here. Oh, okay. I'm starting to get what this is for. It's for the legs. So all I need to do is kind of clip it. How do I clip this side? Interesting. So, wait. Do I just connect it right here? Hmm. It's not over till it's over, so. Dang, this part's really kicking my butt. And I can't really skip ahead, unfortunately. I can't like build something else at the same time. I guess I could take all the parts out first, but it's okay. Looks like we're doing it piece by piece. Interesting. So this is going to connect into the bottom. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. So yeah, my recommendations for action are 54th Chamber of Shaolin, Yojimbo, Meals on Wheels, Foxy Brown, and Black Belt Jones. And I also went a tangent on Green Knight and John Wick. All right, we can transition into the next topic. Let's see what the next banner is. The next banner I put, give me a second. I think comedies would be cool. What are some of your comedy? It's funny how comedy works too, because I feel like, at least for me, like I think sometimes like our humor changes, you know? So sometimes, especially as we grow up, it's like, yeah, I used to think this was funny. Now it's like, why did I think that was funny? What was wrong with me? That was crazy. I had no taste, you know? Okay. So I'm gonna work backwards. I'm gonna take off this piece right here. This one. And let me adjust the camera. You guys can see what I'm doing right here. Oh, looks like we need a. All right, this one kind of clipped up pretty nice. Okay, so okay, so this goes here. And hopefully, if I connect these series right, we'll be okay. Do you guys have any favorite comedies you guys like? That's actually even a hard question for me to answer. Like what my favorite comedy is. Like I do have an answer, but I'm trying to think if there's like any other ones. Yeah, it's not an easy answer as I thought it was, but Let me see, does it like this way better? Seems like it wants to be outside. So I click those in. And then somehow, some way, these are all gonna click and secure together. Yeah, I'm trying to get these in. This is where I'm at right now. 40-year-old virgin. Yeah, it's definitely, it's a good example. Yeah, Steve Carell definitely plays a really good, lovable loser for sure. And I think we've all felt like the 40-year-old version on some level, whether we want to admit it or not, right? It's like, man, am I going to be able to like meet somebody, settle down? Is it going to work out? Sometimes it feels like it doesn't work out, but I promise you guys, if you put that good energy into the world, it will work out. And I'm into that. Happily married, going on strong. And yeah, marriage is cool, man. Of course, it's not perfect. You got to work at it. But it's like a beautiful plant or a garden or tree worth, you gotta water your plant. You gotta make sure everything's cool. But yeah, 4-year-old virgin. It's a good comedy that when you actually analyze it, it actually has a lot of depth. So that's a really good answer. My favorite comedy is really is biased. It's more nostalgia for me, honestly, and it has a very special place in my heart. It was a generational favorites from like a lot of older people of my family that like really love Cantinflas. So I in turn loved Cantinflas. And so it's kind of a way I kind of always have a special part of them of Cantinflas with me in a way. And so that's why for me, Bolero de Raquel is my favorite movie. And in some ways, I'm kind of honoring because that's been a lot of my family members' favorites that were super into Cantinflas. So I am honoring them by also liking it, but I'm not. It's not like I don't like it. Like it's amazing. It's like I think it's great. I think it's a comedy with a lot of heart. You know. And am I biased? Absolutely, but we all are, right? So I'm really trying to get this whole lake thing, but it's a dance, but it's okay. We can figure it out. Nothing's impossible. I hope you get the hidden message behind this that you can do this. You can push through. Yeah, look at the instructions beforehand. Nope. But this is what we're doing, dude. We're kicking butt. We got this, guys. Absolutely. Why? Because challenges are fun. And sure, life's not always easy. But here we go, right in the middle of my speech. And that's how we do it here in AZ Ray videos. You know what I'm saying? We get it done, dude. We get it done. Why? Oh, and look, it's so good, nothing fell apart. Let's go. Heck yeah, my peeps. And now, beep, 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 beep. BB8. Beep, 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 beep. Well, he kind of has a voice more like this. Hi, I'm Haro. I'm your companion. What do you need? Bloop, bloop, bloop. I know. Pretty cute. And then you go this way. Mickey Mouse. Bloop, bloop. Or is it Daffy Duck? I don't know. These dots. Oh, Mickey Mouse. Willie Mickey Mouse has pants. Yeah, if I am not mistaken. Meet the Fockers. Man. Is Meet the Fockers a good comedy? You know what? It's fun. It's fun. It's definitely Adam Sandler salary ish. Adam Sandler ish for sure. What do I mean by that? It's just like a funny good time. It's over the top, it's crazy, but I'll say this about Meet the Fockers. The comedy is done really well. So I get why it spawned a third one because it's like Meet the Parents was pretty funny, and arguably Meet the Fockers. Excuse me, sorry. Let me get a little drink of my. Sorry, I think I bumped into that. ASMR action. We got Coca Cola with some lime. Sorry, Coca Cola and lime. But I'll say this: I'll meet you halfway. Meet the Fockers, super funny, but like the plot, it's like, come on, where's the plot? But is it funny? Yeah, it's funny. That's where I pick on it. But yeah, Meet the Fockers is a good answer. It's fun. Oh, I was rambling about the wrong one. Meet the Fockers is funny. My bad. I was mixing it up with Meet the Parents. I thought you said Meet the Parents. Sorry for the ramble. Meet the Fockers is very classic. I think the reason, yeah, sorry about that. Sorry for my ramble. I apologize. Thought you were talking about Meet the Parents. Meet the Fockers, the first one. I think does it hold up? It probably doesn't if you've seen other funnier comedies, but something that it kind of does imagine and it does very well. Because the thing that's actually really funny is that I've actually like kind of heard this before, and I find it really funny how like it just depends on the generation you grew up. For some people, like Robert De Niro, like the way they know Robert De Niro is through like being a funny person. Like some people are like, "Oh yeah, Robert De Niro, the funny guy," and it's like, "Oh, dude, they had no idea that like he had this completely other career of like being um I don't know if I'd call Robert De Niro quote unquote action star. Action star isn't quite right, but he was like this embodiment of like cool, excuse me, mafia like just coolness, but mafia is a little lazy. I don't know if I would call, but but he was just a cool guy. He was like badass and he had like a coolness to him and he had its own thing. And the guy could act his butt off. So it wasn't just like, there's like an authenticity to it. He brought his little, his New York area, you could tell he put you can tell like just his roots, and his love for the boroughs and the complex just layers that happen in the boroughs, you know what I mean? Because it's just there's a lot that happens. And like he's just a really good representative. Oh wow, I just kind of did that on accident. But look, guys, we're almost here, dude. Final stretch. Let's do this, guys. Rock and roll. Welcome to an AZ Ray video. Look, we're building this little cute thing. Look at that. It opens his mouth. We're building this guy from scratch. It's a little gunpla that I got from Japan. Super blessed to go there. Happy holidays. Thanks for popping by. We talked about comedy. Gave you some recommendations. We also have some recommendations for Full of Soul books. Definitely follow it. If you have a TikTok, she does a lot of great insight analysis. Definitely a big supporter of our channel. And we support her. Why? Because she supports us. So there we go, guys. What are some other things that we're gonna kick butt in? Another comedy recommendation would be Por mis pistolas. It's one of my favorites. Has to do with Cantinflas, an icon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just building a little model. We're doing this little guy right here. So yeah. And right now we're talking about comedy recommendations. So if you have a comedy recommendation, please recommend, please. So I gave you some important ones, in my opinion, like regarding like Mexican cinema. So we click this guy in. Oh, we're almost done, guys. Now we're building some arms. All right, you see that? And so the arms are right here. Oh, I'm not used to like pointing at it, but yeah, you guys see it. It's right there. So let's get some arms going. So first we need A214. Yeah, let's do the arms first. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Any other comedies? I also have some comedies I've talked about. One of them days is one of those newer the comedies that I thought was great. Very well done. SZA did an awesome job. Kiki Palmer did an awesome job. Yeah. Yeah. Kiki Palmer is just like one of those people that you can tell has kind of always been funny. Like just like effortlessly funny. So yeah, she exceeds. And SZA's funny too. She's just like she has this relatability about her. So I was actually pretty impressed by her acting job. Man, how does this guy pop in? Oh no, I did the right one. A1. So this is gonna so right now we're trying to pop this into the socket right now. And we're talking about comedies too. If you have any comedy recommendations. I guess this is Christmas time, so I should probably give you some comedy recommendations. Huh. Interesting. It's okay, guys. We'll figure it out. Oh, awkward. It's not fitting because I need a piece, it looks like. Or is that part of the hand? Let's see right here. Comedy recommendations. What would be another interesting one? As far as like the holidays, National Lampoons is just it has man, it has something for everybody, man. It's yeah, Chevy Chase just kills it. In many ways, I definitely can tell that that Chevy Chase like influenced Ryan Reynolds. Like it's almost impossible not to notice that. So in case you guys are like, who's that? You know, people are different generations. They might not or they might know. Hey, welcome, Prince Adam 4. Thanks for your support, brother. We're building a cute little Haro guy that we got here from Japan. We're just hanging out. We're talking about comedies, different film recommendations. We went through different genres. I'm gonna put the recommendations in the description below after since I'm kind of focusing on building this. Right now we're putting the arm in and we're right here at the final stretch, guys. Got his little hand. Here we go. It's pretty cool how mobile this little thing is. All appreciate it, man. I'm really happy that you're enjoying the content. And feel free at any time to leave a comment if there's anything you want me to talk about. And I promise you I'll get to you as soon as I can. I do have a queue of other videos and other suggestions and recommendations that people want me to do, but I appreciate it. I'm your local anthropologist here. Try to give you some of my archaeology, anthropology, linguistics, biological background, and just we talk culture, we talk different things that you guys are into. And I just try to, talk to you with my expertise. And it's like, how would an anthropologist talk about it? And what's an anthropologist? Basically like a cultural researcher. So we end up talking about different things. And here we go. And what's really cool is that like the arms move, they're mobile, and like it's really cool stuff. And yeah, it's really cool. This is a little something I got. It's limited edition from Fukuoka, Japan. Definitely a big honor. You don't have to go. Definitely don't. You can order it online. But I was lucky enough to be able to go there. Got it at a really cool like Lollapalooza mall, like I told you guys earlier. But I'll just show you guys again just in case you guys came in later. But yeah, it was really cool. It was like if you're a Gundam person, and honestly, even if you're not into Gundam, I can't recommend it enough. In my opinion, it's better than Dunes and Star Wars. It does a really good job of depicting just like warfare in a very honest way and just kind of the BS of the war system. But at the same time, the Gundam's cool and it's kind of undeniable. Like, on some level, whether we like it or not, like war does appeal to us on some level, and on some level, it's just like really interesting, right? So, but yeah. Oh, you just watched the new Avatar movie. Okay, interesting. The fire one, right? What'd you think? Did you enjoy it? Um, I hope you enjoyed it, and I assume you've seen the other avatars, Prince of Doom 4. I've seen the first Avatar. Um, I I thought it was cool. I don't think it's like as great as everyone says it is, and I'm not trying to pick on it. Like Avatar's cool, but as far as my rating wise, maybe I'd give it like a mid 7. It's a really good film. I feel like people kind of got lost into its into the grandeur of it. Hey, no, no, hey, if you liked it, dude, that's super cool. Like I said, like I'm not like on some things I'm a little bit of a hard grader, but to me a 7.5 is probably your 8 or higher. But in your defense, I haven't seen it yet. Prince of Doom 4, but Doom 4 or Doom 4. Um, but I've actually heard that this is the best one of the series. Do you agree? People are saying this is like better than the first two. So I don't know. What do you think? I assume you've seen all three, you know? And like I said, they're not bad. It's like I wouldn't not recommend it. But if you were impressed, I guess spoiler free wise, unless you guys don't care to talk about spoilers, nah, let's do spoiler free. Let's be polite. Would you what appealed to you about it? Why were you impressed? Do you think it was better than the other ones? Because I've actually heard good things. You know, I've actually heard really good things. Oh, dude, this is pretty exciting. I think we're done. What's really interesting is that I wonder how I'm going to be able to open and close. The second one was the best one for me. Okay. Okay. I can see that. I can see that because it's probably centered more around family and stuff. And if it tugs your chains with family, yeah, it's good. And like I said, the movies are good. I'm not trying to pick on you. Sorry if it feels like that way. Like they're good. Like 7.5. Are they great to me? Nah. For me, great has to be like an 8. But it's still really good. It's like for like similarly like can't remember the score I gave Frankenstein, so don't quote me, but I think I gave it like a high 7 because like it was really good to me, you know. But was it great? Nah, it wasn't great. But like I said, I'm just kind of picking on it a little bit, and I think we're fun. But you're really impressed, honestly. Yeah, like I have an open mind, you know. Like I'll still check it out. And I'm not saying it's a bad movie, so I probably shouldn't say this phrase, but like I enjoy movies. I'll watch bad movies too. And I'm not saying Avatar is a bad movie, but like I'm just really open minded. Like if I start a movie, I have to finish it no matter what. It can be like the worst garbage fire thing, but yeah. And we are done, guys. We did it. So if I want to, let's see how easy it is. So I can either take the feet off, okay, and then like we kind of close it. Oh, interesting. Okay, take the feet off, and now he's like ball mode. This is pretty nifty. So if I want to, I'm going ball mode. So yeah, thank you guys so much for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for your guys' support. I truly appreciate it. It's, you guys could be anywhere, but you guys are hanging out with me, and that means something to me. So you guys get the idea. I can like take it legs on, legs off, and then the last bit is that we got the stand, but it looks like it can only stand laying down. It looks like. Oh, that's really neat. Okay, man, Japan, you guys really think of everything. Like the heart. I agree. Aliens, James Cameron's the best movie. Hmm. Now you're making me think. Is Aliens James Cameron's best movie? It's for sure top 5. Let's see. Titanic. Ooh, I think I'd have to put Titanic. No, Terminator in front of Aliens, but no, Aliens is pretty sick too. Uh, let's see his catalog. Let's do IMDb. No, I appreciate your input, Adumfar. You always got all the very cool insights, and I appreciate your analysis too. So let's scroll through his catalog. I'm gonna share the screen as I kind of finish up and wrap it up here, and we'll wrap it up here in a bit. Let's see. The Avatar movies are made fourth or fifth, which is like seventh or eighth. 7 point. Yeah, exactly. Like they're good. They're good. I'm not like, yeah, sorry if it came off like I'm picking on you. Like they're good. They're good films. They're not bad, but they're a little um, a little over the top. Oh, interesting. He was involved in the new Mortal Kombat. And see, I haven't kept up with different games. Is this the remake that came out? That's pretty cool. Or is it a film? No, because the film, I don't think it was called that, was it? Did he really direct the? Oh yeah, see, that's pretty cool. Good for him for being involved with the video game. Oh, never mind. It's just his character of T-1000. Probably Arnold Schwarzenegger is probably like downloadable content. True Lies. Okay, Alita Battle Angel. I'm actually kind of have a soft spot for Alita Battle Angel. The manga is probably like the best form of it. Now that I think about it, does it have a manga? I'm pretty sure it does. The anime for Alita Battle Angel, it's not bad, but you can tell it's low budget. But it's kind of interesting and kind of gives you like cheap anime vibes. But it has heart, but just some of the animation doesn't hold up. But you can tell what they were trying to do. Let me see. Uh, yeah, I think you're right though about the aliens though. Titanic. Yeah, Titanic's pretty solid. Titanic's pretty solid. I can't pick on you there. Dude, you know what film that like I feel like is graded too harshly? Honestly, I feel like Terminator Salvation. It's not that bad. Like I believe this is the one with Christian Bale. Um I think I've only seen it twice. And it's like one of those films where it's like, dude, like you guys are crazy. Like okay, since we're talking about like action films a little bit, I'm gonna go on a ramble, dude. The new Mission Impossible is horrible, dude. It's so bad. Like, like this was the ending to the film. What is I 7.2? Nah, man, that's nice. Like that, they're being really nice. In my opinion, it's like, don't watch it, man. And I've seen every single one of them. And to me, they're all pretty like strong sevens in the action. But man, the predictability on this one was just like, I don't know. It was just so anticlimactic and predictable. It's heartbreaking, man. Heartbreaking. Like, don't do. Yeah, man, it's bad. Like, don't get me wrong. The action's cool. Like Tom Cruise, like the action's pretty badass. Like, there's parts of it. Like, if you're just trying to turn your brain off and see action, yeah, you're gonna enjoy it. But analyzing the plot, it's like really bad. Because I don't know if you've seen the one right before it. Trying to remember the names. I'm not gonna lie to you. Although I've seen all of them, I can't remember the names of all of them. Okay, Dead Reckoning Part 1. So, it wasn't like the best one either, but it was good. It was like building you up towards something. I'm like, all right, they did a good job, and they ended it like with suspense. I'm like, okay, so you created this anticipation, and then we didn't see it for like a year or two or whatever, probably because of SAG-AFTRA and the riots and whatever. And then then you finally get the reveal and the surprise and all these different things, and it was just so predictable. So I'll just say this, like it wasn't a strong ending, you know what I mean? And that's where it gets a little bit annoying for me. So yeah, like I don't know. Maybe you guys will completely disagree with me. Maybe you'll like Mission Impossible, but man, I was so disappointed. I saw it on my flight to Japan, and dude, it was yeah. Me and my wife were like crazy disappointed. We're like, what the heck is happening, dude? So stolen parts. This is really cool. So the back of this little thing, it gives you the ability to like store the hands, which is pretty nifty. And then we got this little stand here. Right now we got our boy rocking. Huh. Interesting. Why is it not? Is it flipped maybe? Doesn't look like it. Popped in there pretty well. Maybe it is. Yeah. Oh, it's universal. Okay, good to know. And so look, how cool is that little stand right here? But no, hey, I'll definitely check out Avatar. Avatar isn't like bad. I just don't think it's like the best thing yet. Ooh, best Christmas movie. That's hard. I have a soft spot for Holdovers. That new one that won the Oscar. The Holdovers was pretty awesome. It has a lot of heart to it. It's funny. It's just so well acted. Die Hard. Yeah, Die Hard and Lethal Weapon, man. They're pretty solid. National Lampoon's Vacation. I have a soft spot for that. It's classic. Um, what's another good Christmas? Mm, trying to think. Oh, Home Alone and Close, those are like classic ones. My answer is probably Holdover, but yeah, Die Hard. Die Hard's great, man. Die Hard's great, man. Yeah. Now you're gonna make me all nostalgic, but man, Die Hard just has a. So right here, I'm like clipping on the bottom, right here, because I'm putting away the arms, which is pretty cool. So I can turn them into a little ball. Man, this thing's really cool. And what's really cool is that this is like a puzzle piece. So it seems like it's part of like some like bigger set. I know they also have like I believe they came out with like a board game and stuff. Probably trying to complete with I think that thing's called like Warhammer, yeah, or something, like trying to make like real board games. But honestly, it's probably competing with the new the fact that like Stranger Things made basically like it made Dungeons and Dragons cool again, so all these other things are like branching off. Pretty cool. It's pretty I don't know. Although these times are very chaotic and divided and prejudiced, there's also some really cool things, and I'm happy that the quote unquote nerdy culture, different culture, yeah, like Gunpla is something has been able to recently, haven't been able to like quote unquote afford it or anything like that, but now I'm just having fun with it. I guess this is me enjoying like the creative process. But yeah, how cool is that, right? And it just kind of moves and reacts. Pretty cool, right? All right, guys, we did it. Oh, that was supposed to be a deleted scene. Looks like I didn't clip it properly. So it looks like it clips like in a certain. Oh, okay, it has to be like at an arc. There we go. It almost kind of clicks right in place. And then here we go. And there we go. There's Haru saying bye to you guys. Oh, dude, it's really cool. And it was pretty cheap too. I think it cost like How much was it actually? I gotta do some math. So it was like 1,000 yen, which is like 7 US dollars, which is pretty crazy. So let's say if we wanted to like maybe convert it, let's pick a different country. Maybe let's do Cape Verde. Let's see. Dang. So for one Cape Verdean escudo, you could get one of these things. Am I building a collection? It's not. I'll be honest with you, it's kind of like miscellaneous. It's not I just got the cool ones that I liked. I didn't try to get too Gundam crazy, but there is um different Gundams that I built that I just thought were cool. I'm not building the entire collection, but apparently like this puzzle piece shows that it's like part of a collection. I wasn't aware of it. It's like, all right, cool. That's a little hand part. It's okay. I'll just put it here out to the side. But we'll have random ones. Expect more videos within the next couple weeks. Probably gonna take a week off or so due to the holidays. But yeah, we'll go from there. But yeah, this thing was great. And Japan was great, man. It was phenomenal. I definitely talked about it as well in my second to last video that I posted. I have some videos talking about like tamales, and I had a video talking about the comparisons of A Change of Habit and Rental Family, which was great. Definitely recommend it. One of the better films of the year, in my opinion. Yeah, Rental Family is one of the probably tops between that one and One Battle After Another are probably some of the better films of the year. But going back to Japan, Japan was amazing. It was an honor. It was a dream come true. It was beautiful. It was an emotional roller coaster because it was like a dream realized as a kid, like being obsessed with like martial arts and whatnot. And it was just like this really cool, like rewarding experience. And it was just like a real honor to be there and to train with senseis and to see sumo and to explore all the various like 14 plus prefectures. I went to Ghibli Park, had so much good food, had amazing ramen. It was phenomenal. It was great. And yeah, definitely recommend it. Um, Japan is arguably the new cultural center of the world. People are just obsessed with like anime culture, just like I kind of mentioned it earlier with my martial art film recommendations. That, excuse me, there was a time in the 60s, 70s where there was like a kung fu craze, wushu cinema craze. You know, you have Bruce Lee, Tony Shiba, you name it, all kinds of different people. And then eventually kind of passed down to Jackie Chan, Jet Li, etc. And like now we have like Japan that's like the new cultural cool kid. People like if not the food, they like the anime, if not they like the culture, the peace. And it's just beautiful place. And I definitely recommend it. Was a flight worth it? Absolutely. Just plan ahead, you know, whether that's you having to kind of save up, get some kind of credit card if you can afford it, just plan ahead, figure yourself out. We used an app called Wonderlog, which was great, kept us all organized, kept us on track, and just plan ahead and pay for it, even if it's like a year in advance, a month in advance, however you guys can plan ahead, and just go from there. Japan was definitely worth it, and you can get really cool, affordable things like this thing, which is really cool. And come on, it was like $7 or one Cap Verdean. But yeah, thank you guys so much for your time. I deeply appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment below, and yeah, let me know what you guys want me to talk about next time for all these various topics. This anthropology research is here for you. We have all kinds of things in this channel. We have podcasts, which are mostly interviews. We have short form video essays, long form video essays where we do reviews and breakdowns. And this is your local anthropologist and archaeologist here. We talk about culture, we analyze things, and we have fun. Thank you so much for your time, guys. That's been your live hangout from A to Z. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Take care.